All right, Pisces or Pisces cross watcher, let's go ahead and do a message for you guys. I don't know why it's been more difficult to get out Aquarius and Pisces these past few days. It's like an overload of information and occurrences and things happening, really. So I know that it's part of the message, but it's just a lot, you know? And in yours today, Pisces or cross watcher, if it's going to resonate, it's very similar. I don't know if it's similar, the message yet. I don't know until I get into it, but there's a connection to Aquarius here, so you may want to watch Aquarius's message. For sure, is what I'm hearing. So definitely watch Aquarius's message. I don't know if you have an Aquarius in your life or it has nothing to do with the actual Aquarius itself, but something in the message that you need to hear. Anyways, so let's start here with the fact that I'm going to say it's you, but this could be reversed. You may have trusted an individual before, or trusted, period. You had your heart open. You were either comfortable or you were getting there, and then something happened, right? Something happened. I don't know what this is. Think back, or it just recently happened. Something happened to make you realize, like, man, I can't fucking trust nobody, or I can't open up to anybody, or I really can't let anybody too fucking close to me. Like, I really can't, can I? You know, I mean, this is very specific, so it's definitely not everybody's message. Anyways, so what ended up happening is this person did something. I don't know what they did, but it could just be they didn't do anything, which is doing something, right? I don't know, but it wasn't okay. It wasn't okay. Or it was outright, like, fucked up. I don't know. I have no clue. I don't know what this is. Honestly, I don't want to get into that shit. It's going to ruin the whole message. I don't give a shit. They did something. All I need to know is they did something. And it was less than honorable, or it's just something that is sneaky to a degree, or something that maybe they shouldn't have done or been involved with or something. I don't know. But now that they know that you know, whether they know you know exactly what they've done, or they have a clue or an inkling, they're like, like, really wanting to talk to you. They really want to talk to you during this time. You probably don't want to talk to them at all. I feel like this is someone you don't have anything to say anything to. You have nothing to say to them. I have nothing to say to you, is how I'm hearing it. But they may want to say something to you, give you something, or give you something verbally. Could be giving you information, giving you a reason. Why? Let me explain. You know, I was fooled. They may even come up with some sort of excuse. I don't know. Or maybe they're going to be honest. I really don't know. But they definitely want to give you something, whether it is an explanation, an apology, or physically give you something. They're wanting to do this, and there's almost this anxiety over it, or haste. Like, let me pay attention to everything going on right now. So I'm looking at Kaylani, and right at this very moment, they're telling me to, like, pay attention to this. So pay attention to what my dog, my grand dog, is. She's got her nose in my GoPro bag, and she's just sniffing around. That's it. I'm hearing that somebody here had no business doing what they did. They had no business being a part of something, or they had no business. They've been so interested in you, or so whatever, attached to you. I don't know, but they were, you see? They were, I mean, she can't help it, she's a dog, but I'm just using it as to get the rest of the message, because I'm being told to kind of, like, pay attention to what she's doing right now. And it's like, somebody's been sniffing around in your business, meddling, trying to get information on you, whether they've done it nefariously or they've done it because they're, you know, romantically interested in you. I don't know. But they were being very nosy. You can't say supportive here. It's a little different than Aquarius's message, because that person seems supportive. this person does not seem as supportive. This person seems like I want to gather information on you. It seems like a gatherer. You know what I mean? Like, why? What are you hoping to find? You know what I mean? I'm going to give an example. Let's say someone here, let's say they like you, and they tell you they like you and whatever. And then you find out that they're on, like, literally, they are following like a fake account or a fake channel that's not even you. And you're like, as much as this person pays attention to me, there's no way they don't know that's not me. There's no way they don't know unless they made it themselves. There's no way they don't know that's not me. So they have no business being on that and supporting that when they know it's not me. And why didn't they tell me? Because either they created it, they're a part of it, or now they're an adversary of mine because I didn't give them what they wanted. So why? Why? Right? Let's use that as an example. So now they know it. Like, they know that you know. This is just an example. They know that you know, or they have some sort of feeling or vibe, or I don't know, maybe they fucking read the tarot on it. They somehow know that you know, and they're like, oh, you know, I want to, let me explain. And it's like, I really don't even need you to explain. That's all I needed to see. If you really were for me, and you really did have my back as a potential lover, as a friend, as whatever you would, you know, whoever this is, you would have told me. So because you didn't, and because I had to find out on my own, or stumble on it, or see, go poking around like you've been, I'm going to take it as you're actually like a spy, or you're a mole, or you're not really in support of me. You're somebody I definitely can't trust, right? There's someone here you absolutely can't trust, and you're about to know it. If this hasn't happened yet, because I feel like the timeline is a bit ahead. I feel like some of you do not know this yet, and you're going to come into this information by the end of this year, but it's going to be way before then. It's going to be in this year. You will realize there's somebody that you've... If anybody once acted like they were completely for you, I don't care in what way, romantic or not, and then all of a sudden you find out that there's just some things that are either less than honorable or outright fucked up, they were never for you. Anybody who turns like that, and I mean turns on you, you can turn your back and decide you want to just, you no longer feel about someone as you felt before in whatever way. Yes, we do it all the time. But to go against them, or to support people whom are trying to go against them, or to hurt them, evil fucking people, that's saying something. That's something big right there. So somebody here, I feel like is currently right now, or has taken part in something or created it themselves that was it was against you. And they could be completely taken down for this, whatever that means. I don't know. This is definitely not everybody's story, but they could be taken down for this. And if this is not your actual message, this could be a message of somebody that you know, that this ends up happening to them. I definitely sense like a spy here. I sense a spy, like 100%. In this message anyway, I sense somebody here who is spying. It is not the same message as Aquarius's, but for some reason you guys need to watch Aquarius's message. So I don't know what is in that will give you the rest of the, I'm hearing like signs that you need to know. Maybe it sparks a clue. Give me a second. So I mentioned the movie Pleasantville. If I entertain her right now, I want to, but she'll get really hyper. She's already hyper, and I don't want to lose focus. I mentioned the movie Pleasantville in Aquarius's message, and something about it right now is telling me to pay attention to their signs. So Reese Witherspoon is in that movie, so something to do with Reese, or maybe like Reese's, whatever that's about. Only you guys are going to know. That's for somebody watching. Pleasantville cast members' names.
Pleasantville has a cast of more than 60 actors. Here are the first three: Tobey Maguire, Reese Witherspoon, and Paul Walker.
Okay, so Paul Walker, Martin, Jennifer, David. These could be names that are going to ring a bell to you. William, Will, which could also be Billy, George, Parker, Macy, Joan, Betty, Dawn, JT, any kind of name that is only 2 letters. Okay, like JT, JR, CJ, TC, BJ, anything. Marley, Margaret, Jeff, Kevin. I'm just going to read a few more. Marissa, Jane, another David, Mark, Jenny. So I'm just going to leave it there. We also see Natalie. There's a lot of names. Maybe go through the names of the cast members and even the characters they play. There's something there. Something about that movie. Something in it that you need to know. I'm just going to say a few things that stand out to me. In the movie, it had something to do with school. So maybe this is a connection here to do with school, children, college, high school, things like that. A connection there. Could also have to do with sex. Could be a sexual nature to it. Some sort of sexual tone or innuendo, insinuation, some sort of sexual insinuating. Because that was in the movie. That was big, actually. Or anything to do with broadcasting, putting something out there. Could even be something on the internet. And the reason I say that is because of the show itself. So anyways, maybe watch that one. But yeah, I don't particularly like this message, and I think it is informative. I think unless it's completely reversed, I think somebody needs to know that there's an individual here who's been almost like, unless they were all out lying the whole time. Somebody's been playing like they really supported someone or cared, but they don't. Or maybe they did initially, but because they realized they weren't going to get what they thought they were going to get out of it, or what they had hoped to get, or get back what they had hoped to get, they become an adversary, which means they always were, but they were in hiding. So there's that, and I don't know why someone now, it's like a guilty conscience, right? Like, have you ever done something yourself? I think we all have, even as children specifically. She's so cute. I just want to play with her, but she's going to get good girl. Okay, let's say you did something and you were in the wrong, or it was not a good idea, and then all of a sudden, like, you start being nicer. Has anyone done that to you? You start being nicer, and in fact, I was watching a television show not long ago. I think it was last year or something, and it was like a Real Housewives or something, I don't know, but it was an episode. I'm pretty sure it was a Real Housewives episode. And in there, one of the women said to the other one, like, oh, your husband got you a ring. He got you that's called something about a cheating present. Like, when someone's been cheating, they'll buy you things. It's sort of that idea here, where somebody will do something, you know what I mean? I hope that's not what someone's planning on doing. Like, they want to buy you something or give you something or tell you something in order to kind of make up for what they hoped they weren't going to get caught doing or being a part of or whatever. And there could be someone who's in on it with them, whatever that means. There's another person that's aware. Oh yeah. There's at least 2 people here that are aware of something, and so it feels not great. It feels, honestly, I'm not gonna say it feels not great at all. And it's almost like I can guarantee you, if this person or these 2 people here at least had happened to them what is or has been happening behind your back, they wouldn't like it themselves, and it would be very upsetting. Or they definitely wouldn't like it to happen to one of their children or their child. They wouldn't. They wouldn't like the energy to be turned on them. But I guess they think they're innocent in the matter in their own life for some reason. And it's interesting to me why I feel so strongly about this person, why I believe that at first they were trying to be on your side or something. Like, they either wanted to be your friend, or they wanted to be your lover, or they wanted to be, you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, it's like, you know what I'm saying? So they were never truly supportive of you. They never truly were your friend. They never truly wanted to be with you. That's not true. Because anyone who does what this person's been doing, still doing, yeah, still a part of, and still talking to somebody else about it. That's not somebody who was ever sincere. They've never been sincere, not one moment. You definitely have two people who've been having conversations about you, and they do it, obviously. They're not around you. And if they do come around you, you wouldn't know this because they do it when they're not around you. They talk to someone when they're not around you. They may even try to act like they weren't a part of it, or they didn't know. They weren't aware. But that's a lie. They were completely aware, and they were a part of it. If they're there, they're a part of it. You know what I mean? They're not innocent. This is someone who's absolutely not innocent. And I think that it's going to be like, maybe they just don't want to get in trouble or something. I don't really know. I don't know. But I don't trust this person's intentions. Their actions speak for them. And what they have been a part of shows, and it will show when you see this, when you realize this, if you haven't already, that they were never sincere or genuine. Especially if you have a very strong personality and you tend to not just let anybody in your circle. That can offend people. It can hurt people's feelings, especially getting their ego. It can hurt them, offend them, because almost like how dare you choose to, like they'll think you're a bitch or you're stuck up or you think you're better, when really that's not the case at all. You just have a right to make your own decisions, and you have a right to choose who's in your life, and especially if you're a parent, you have a right to choose who's in your life, because that will mean they'll be in your children's life. And you don't owe anybody an explanation for that. You don't owe anybody an explanation for that. And so they get butthurt and they feel some type of way about it, and then they go against you. A lot of people do it. It happens every day. And it's definitely happened to you. You just don't know about it yet. Now you do. Or you're about to. Or you just found out, and it's like, okay, maybe you're even just sitting back like, okay, we'll see what they do now. We'll see what they do, because it's not going to erase what they've been doing. But you know that there's nothing to worry about, because you're secure in who you are, which is also more of another irritant. It's an irritant to people when you know who you are, and when their little games and their little posse and their little conversations don't affect you. Wow. All right, guys. Thank you for being here with me, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.